What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to your Thursday morning stream. I'm still getting somewhat set up here, but I hope you all are doing very well. I feel like I've been streaming almost nonstop between here and Twitch. It's actually been really fun. So let me see. Hold up. Someone just messaged me. Whoops. All right. I think we're ready to go. All right. So, yeah, it's Thursday. We have Bitcoin over 28K, which is very exciting. So October is in full effect. Man, vouchers are on the rise as well. You know, vouchers have done so bad that look at that. They don't even have a 24-hour kind of gauge for their price. I guess we can go over to Hive Engine and see where things are at for vouchers. I'll refresh and see where they are up. 0.06. That doesn't seem right. Either way, vouchers are up slightly because I think people are getting excited for the launch of Rebellion. DEC still struggling. SPS, of course, will struggle as long as DEC struggles. But yeah, so what did I call this stream again? I know I did something obnoxious. Oh, Land 2024 hype. Okay, so I gotta say, guys, I like, again, there's all love to Far Petrod, but like, here we are 10 days after the town hall in which he said we were supposed to get a Mav build the following day. So it's like 9 days late at this point. I have no idea what's going on with this Mavs build. So I was complaining about this last night to Dark Side. I think it might have been on stream, or maybe not Dark Side. I think it was with Tails on Twitch. And the thing is, what's really concerning is the fact that since May, they have had zero accuracy in terms of forecasting how long land is going to take. Right. So, and I'm not even going to talk about like before that, because they weren't really even working on it before that in the capacity of like what's required for land to even be functional in 1.5. But it's just like the May going into June was a big flop. Then you had the August, like, hey, we're this close to having it on Mav server, was another big flop. I got to say that this September delay of even just a Mavs build, again, just don't put stuff out there. Don't put stuff out there. Matt was like, we're hoping to get it out by the end of the month. Again, don't put stuff out there. Like at this point, I'm actually on board with Darkest Night. I genuinely think we will not see land until 2024, and I would love to be surprised. So I'm sorry to start off in such a bearish fashion, but I got the mug here today, so Papa Bear is back in the house, and we're just gonna keep it real with you guys the entire time. Now, that's not to say I'm not excited for Rebellion. I think Rebellion will still be great, but just stop talking about land until you can actually get it working, please. Okay. Enough of my rant. Let's see who was here. Fusion Sound. Let's go. Powis is in the house. Good morning, Virus. Jobby Santos. Hey. Beaker, what's going on? All right. So Powis is asking, I need some advice. I hope it's game advice. Should I swap my DEC bag into BTC or wait for PEG? Oh, come on, man. This is Aftersound Gaming, not Aftersound's Financial Services. That's a completely different channel. I will say this, not as financial advice, but I can never have as much Bitcoin as I want. So, you know, it is what it is. Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin is up 60% year to date. Just keep that in mind. And then look at all your Splinterlands assets and wonder why you didn't buy more Bitcoin at the beginning of the year. That's all I'm going to say. That's not to say that you should sell now, but we've been waiting for this ever so elusive peg for a very long time. The only thing that got us close to that was Land 1.0. And I just said I think Land 1.5 is not coming until 2024 at this point. So, and here's why I think they can get away with it. It's going to be so frustrating, but it's like if Rebellion is that good, yeah, people will still be screaming for land. But here's the thing. If Rebellion can actually be successful, like they come in and they're just like, they knock it out because the card art is awesome. The card mechanics are cool. The game mechanics add a lot of value. But then on top of that, DEC gets back to PEG, right? Modern format is fun to play. They get on the tokenomic side, we get SPS to pump to, I don't know, not a prediction, but 5 cents, 10 cents, whatever it is. If they get to do all of that, everybody will be like, all right, maybe we can give them a break on land. I mean, I think people will still be frustrated, but it does I think that they'd be able to get away with not delivering land in 2024 if Rebellion was that successful. Again, I want to be proven wrong. I want land to come out this month. Matt, please be right, but just stop talking about it until it's ready. All right, so International Travel Channel, bonjour, what's going on? Guten Tag. All right, Gregory Levenfield, hello, everyone. It's almost Friday, indeed. Jobby says, Aftersound Financial sounds creepy to me. Yeah, well, that's why it doesn't exist. All right. Power says, I hear you. Okay, good. Again, not financial advice. I'm just saying, if you don't own one Bitcoin yet, you probably want to be a whole coiner at some point in the near future. Maybe not near future. In your future. I don't know anybody here who's like old and retired and doesn't care about their future at this point or has way too much money, but Bitcoin's gonna be where it's at. Dice12, good to see you. Thank goodness for your stream. Work is abysmally boring today. Well, I am so glad that I could provide some entertainment. I hope this stream will be super fun for you. I have no idea what's planned, but it's always a phenomenal discussion with the great minds that we have in this community. So thank you for being here. All right, so let's see. Hold on. I'm just checking some settings. It says my connection was bad. Did it skip for anybody else? No, now it's saying excellent connection. Okay. Well, that works. All right. Let me hop back into the chat. DJ's in the house. What's going on? DJ, you planning to buy some packs for Rebellion? Mystic Force. What is going on? Icy Flow is in the house. Let's go. Games on the block. What's happening? Nate talking with the People's Guild makes Rebellion sound exciting. Is this a new episode of People's Guild, or is this from a while ago? I'm actually not up to date on my People's Guild. I've been listening to I've actually been listening to a lot of Bitcoin and macro stuff because I don't know if you saw, at least for people here in the US, I think we added like $275 billion to the national debt in like a day. Oh, there is a new Nate Aguila conversation. Oh, okay. Well, I got something to listen to when I head to the gym. Oh, there's a Stever conversation too. And a Walking Keys conversation. Wait, how did I miss all these? Do I not have notifications on? You know what? I just haven't been in that podcast app for a while. So, all right. Well, I guess I have like 6 hours of listening entertainment later. If I can peel myself away from whatever's happening in Bitcoin and macro. Brand new. Thank you very much for the heads up on that Games on the Block. You have now impacted my day. I just want you to know that. My day is going to be completely different now because I'll be listening to these episodes afterwards. All right, so Powers Rebellion cards need to be serious power creep to get me to bull in. See, but isn't that an issue for you, that if we just continue to have power creep, like, I don't know. I want the old cards to still retain some of their value, not even for like my own selfish needs sake, right? I really just genuinely think that power creep in games is rough, because unless you're doing things that bring in more people, I don't know. We'll see. Nate makes everything exciting. Nate is great. I will tell you this. I've gotten to work with him in a limited capacity because I'm a contractor for the creative team. He's a good dude, and I got to hang with him at Splinterfest too, so that was super fun. But he's got this like grand vision, from a creative side of things, and it's really cool to see him working. And I will say this, the recent layoffs, I mean, I guess last year too, but now it's like, it's really tough because you see a guy like Nate, and as a fellow creative, I'm just like, man, I want this guy to just succeed. I want him to have all the resources in the world to bring the world of Splinterlands to life, right? I want him to be able to do that because he's got the vision, he's got the team to be able to make that happen. I'm not counting myself, right? The narrative team. And it's like, I want to read books. I want there to be comics. I want there to be a show about Splinterlands characters and the lore and all of this stuff. And, it's just like he's got this vision for it, and he just doesn't doesn't have the resources. And I appreciated being part of that journey in 2022 when the team was in a better position financially. And I don't know where they go from here, right? Like obviously they need to make money just to keep the lights on, but this is part of like the, what I lament about the scaling down of the scope and vision, right? And again, no knock on Matt. It's just I don't think that this is like his forte. I don't think that he's like thinking about the lore the way that Nate is, the way that Aggie was, to be honest, right? Like I think even if Aggie may not have seemed like it, I think Aggie understood the long-term value of building out your intellectual property, especially in today's day and age. And so I wish Matt all the success in the world, and I hope that Matt is able to succeed in what he is trying to accomplish, which would be finding a replacement for him as CEO that can take that full vision, that can take everything, encompass it all, and make it, make Splinterlands not just an NFT game or a card game or whatever, but a brand, right? To really take Splinterlands and make it a full-on brand, household name that people recognize. That is what I really hope for. Because like, let's be honest, there's only a few games that can really do that, right? So it's a tall task. And I'm not saying that Splinterlands here has done everything that they need to in order, like they deserve to be there. No, they haven't. They've actually not done things very well if you consider the multiple rounds of layoffs. But I'm just saying I hope that they're able to get to that point and be one of the leaders of Web3 and come out of this, because most of the time, right, whenever there's like a new technological advancement, it's all the things that are natively built that tend to take advantage of that. Maybe not as much anymore, but generally in the past, that's what we've seen. The day and age that we live in now, you have such huge conglomerates of mega tech companies like Apple and Facebook or Meta. I mean, even like think of how gigantic companies like Epic Games, Steam, like all of them. So it's really going to be fascinating to see if they can adopt Web3 gaming. All of these like major tech companies and gaming companies, if they can adopt Web3 gaming faster than the people in Web3 can build something sustainable. That's the race that's being played right now. All right, I went down a deep rabbit hole there, but all right, episodes have all been great lately. I think the last episode that I heard was yours, Virus. So I need to get back to it. Only 6 hours worth of podcast to catch up on. Yeah, but I've gotten much more used to 2x speed. So maybe we can cut it down to 3. Doesn't matter if I plan on buying Rebellion packs. I will obviously FOMO and buy a ton. All right, well there you go. There's someone else. Anyone needs salt? I'm here. Unknown34. We're doing a bearish stream today, so your salt is welcome. But as Aggie says, what is it? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So I ask you to be respectful of everybody here and everybody on the team. But I would love to hear your opinions, so that we can get a good, fair, and balanced approach to this crazy world of Web3 and Splinterlands. All right, so Palace, Rebellion aside, the next Riftwatcher airdrop looks OP. What's your thoughts, and will it be more expensive than C-Rec? Oof, that's a good question. I haven't even played with C-Rec. I actually just delegated to someone else yesterday because I only have a silver level version. So I don't even know. Oh, whoops, let's go to market. C-Rec is at $18. It's hard for me to comment. I mean, I don't want to comment on price, but I will say this, Pause. Like, I'll be real with you. Even though I haven't played with it, and I would love to get people's opinions here in the chat, I don't think C-Rec is as good from a card perspective, right? From an actual gameplay perspective, as Aggro Longtail or Core Lurker. I just don't think that's the case. Yet, there seems to be enough demand to drive this thing to the same price. So, if you believe that that other card is going to be good, and we all thought C-Rec was going to be, OP when it first came out. And maybe I'm wrong. Again, I haven't played with it, so I don't know. But I can see it just being scarce enough because there's probably going to be even less printed of it. So I can be being even scarcer than C-Rec and kind of driving the value around this kind of like top tier range of Riftwatcher cards. But Riftwatcher cards fell down the gutter a little bit. Do I have I have one Core Lurker that I'm renting out. Why am I renting it? How much am I even making? I really need a level 2. I need 2 more, and I think $15 per BCX is not a bad price. Oh, but I can't get a single BCX. Level 2 is where the only place that this thing matters, because I don't really care about the extra attack. And yeah, you know what? I really should just cough it up. Sell like 5 million DE. However much DEC is required to get $30. Sorry, not DEC, SPS. Oh, guys, you got to check this out. I'm on a wild ride. The wildest of rides in gold. I don't know how many games in a row I've won. It has been phenomenal. It must be 10 games in a row, because check this out. My win percentage, or my win streak, is plus 50% of a bonus. Oh, and then you'll get a kick out of this. It wasn't in this battle, but the previous battle, I used what? Okay, let's see. I won 9.3 SPS in gold. Gold 1. And I'm trying to see. So my win streak was still 50% here. My focus cards were 30%. I had another 20% for alpha promo cards. So actually, that's really interesting, because if I'm doing the math right on this, there's a guild percent of 15% too. Okay. I was going to say that maybe I should have only won like 4.6 SPS. But I essentially added 100% on there. So yes, I'm loving gold, because the multiplier for my SPS holdings is way more than enough for me. I have a good amount of promo cards, and I'll still play Lux every once in a while. But I got Dr. Blight. Here in this one, I made 8.5 SPS, right, with 2 promo cards here. All of my reward. Actually, I shouldn't say all of them, but a good amount of my common reward cards are all gold. So I'm not even using that many gold cards. Like, check this out. Like in this one, I had Oshur, Dr. Blight, and then 1 common gold card. And this one I made 7.1 SPS. It was just 1 promo card. Here I made 6.9 SPS with a single promo card. Yeah, it's been a good run. I'll say that. 7.2 with 2 promo cards here. I'm not even using Lux as no, screw that. I am using Lux a little bit more. But it's so fun for me to actually have the entire summoner, like at least for Chaos Legion, summoner like fleet available to me. Not fleet. Catalog available to me. All right. So International Travel Channel. I would like to buy Rebellion packs, but I saved DEC for usage online. Hey, don't worry, man. You got like 3 months until LAN comes out. That's what this stream about. LAN 2024. Okay. Power creep is definitely an issue, says Games on the Block. C immolation. I guess old bad cards will slave on land. Yeah, or hopefully we find fun ways to burn them. You got me, sweetheart. Hello to Thailand. Sorry, I don't know why I said it that way. International Travel Channel. I don't get my Matt or why Matt wants to release Rebellion and LAN so close to each other. I would spend more time on both when it would be. Well, this is why I think that LAN is going to be pushed back, right? Probably for the sentiment and probably for the fact that they don't know how long it's going to take, right? We're still waiting on that Mavs build from 10 days ago. So my guess is that Rebellion is more ready to go They did the post for the DAO having control of it. We're gonna get more details. I know that they said in that post we're gonna get the details early October, and then shortly afterwards. And Matt confirmed that it comes before land, and then he said land at the end of October. So that means it's gonna start in October, right? So if land is the end of October, Rebellion has to be sometime in mid-October. My guess, and I think I said this already, my guess is the 24th, right? Because the resolution of the proposal is going to end on the 16th, and maybe that'll be easy to code in or out. Maybe they could have it start on the 17th. I don't know. These are all the Tuesdays I'm looking at, right? So 10, 17, 24, and 31 are the remaining ones in October. So my guess is October 24th. I mean, maybe if they're really desperate for money, maybe the 17th. Okay, so Isoflow says, I hope Matt stays CEO for a long time. He can learn and grow into the position while holding onto his vision and not selling out. I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but I don't want somebody sitting in the position that doesn't like it. If he wants to just go design the game, he can go do that. I hope this won't happen, but what if Matt quits Splinterlands? Game over, man. All right, so Dice 12 says, if anybody can give me that reference, we'll see if people want to date themselves. I just watched it recently, though. All right, so Dice 12 says, I'm getting more and more excited about Rebellion. Affordable, and will be the first time I'll have most, if not all, modern cards available to me. Cool. All right, well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you view it as affordable, because I think most people don't. I think most people are expecting to spend anywhere from like $8,000 to $12,000 on maxing out a Rebellion deck. Now, that being said, I don't know what level you play at. So if you play at a lower level, yes, it'll be much more or significantly cheaper, I should say. In fact, I'm curious to know, let's say this is not going to be a perfect thing at all, because obviously chaos prices are so depressed. But if we just go to set value, okay, so to get a max, oh wow, $2,000, guys. We're at the all-time low, baby. All right, so it's barely holding above $2,000 at for a maxed chaos deck. For gold, it's 1121. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. It should be anywhere from like 50 to 55% of the overall value, right? So whatever we expect Rebellion to sell at in order for a max deck, you could probably anywhere from like 50 to 60% in order to max that out for gold. Now with silver, I'm assuming it's probably close to what? There you go, 25%. Okay, that would have been my guess. So this is why for me, I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I even drop down to silver. We'll see. But I'm liking gold. I can win a lot in gold. Now it just depends on what the different metas are and how powerful those cards are. It's not, but it's also 2/3 the print rate. It's certainly better than Ancient Redwood. There you go. We're talking about C-Rec there. So Virus is saying, I got the same SPS, 9 SPS in my last champ battle using 2 promos and a gold foil. Nice hauling gold. Yeah, well, let's go back to that real quick, Virus. So if I look at my SPS holdings, so my staked SPS holdings are giving me a 12.2x multiplier. Guild bonus hasn't changed. But yeah, that is nice. Because I think I'm only around the 10x multiplier in gold. So it's definitely adding a lot of value. Sorry, in diamond. So it's adding a lot of value. Plus, I play at the top of gold. I'm also in gold, says Palace. I'm loving it, but for me, I think it's because I'm learning the meta of the game again and getting out of the mindset of just using Battle Helper. Fair enough. What's going on, Keys? Good to see you here. Keys, you should comment from your temporarily obsessed channel so that we can plug it here and people know to go check it out. Pow says, after time making out, he doesn't know when Rebellion is coming. We all know the Wizard has put together another banger tune for this set. Oh, well, I mean, yes. So, well, thank you, first of all. I did work on Rebellion stuff, but I worked on it in like March and April. So they were getting ahead of it because, you know, there was the expectation that the earliest Rebellion could launch would be summertime, right? 3 months after Chaos. So I worked on it a very, very long time ago. So that doesn't mean that I know when it's coming out. If Land is taking this long, what if Rebellion gets delayed after the pre-sale? Because of the dev, they may still need to do it for new mechanics. Yeah, well, okay, so let's remember Chaos Legion. Started mid-October. The pre-sale went for 30 days to mid-November. But Chaos Legion itself did not actually launch in-game until like December 7th or around that time, if I remember correctly. So that was like another 3 weeks we had to wait. So Virus, you have a good point. They're going to pre-sell us and then, you know, Rebellion 2024. Rebellion and Land 2024. No more pre-sales except this one. So gotta keep in mind, I saw because the last episode was last week so far. Should be less. Oh, I know. We lost 12 hours of dev production to that show, right? I didn't watch it. I heard it's okay. Bill Paxton, Alien 2, or it's just called Aliens, but well done, Dice 12. Well done. What's up, Luke? Good to see you here. All right. Well, we caught up with the chat. Hell yeah. I want to show you where I'm at because now I don't even care about Soulbound reward card, like maxing out Soulbound reward cards. I am much more concerned with let's do own Soulbound. I'm much more concerned with just getting them to gold at this point. And so like legendaries, I got him yesterday, Soriel the Bale. I got like 2 more BCX, so now he's level 3. It seems very attainable for me to get up to gold level very soon with these cards. Like I only need 3 more BCX there, 3 there, 3 there. So it's possible. The good thing is if we go, let's start from the bottom or go back to the bottom. I think all these guys are gold and above, so I'm happy about that. In rare, oh, what happened to rare? There we go. Rare, I'm just missing a couple of the summoners, I believe. Oh, this Pyrewatch Devil, but I never use him. So Octavia Shadow Meld, I need a little bit more. Oh, actually, maybe not. Hold up. Yeah, I need 2 more BCX. Let's just combine it now. And then I will be set for gold. So once again, it really just comes down to the epic cards. Oh, it looks like there's a blockchain transaction delay. And now it's frozen. Let's see if we can refresh it. Oh, maybe the whole browser's frozen? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, Octavia Shadow Meld is almost there. Then it's just these 2 guys. Rough Mane and Helios Matriarch. That's like another 15 to 20 BCX I'll need between those. Epics. This is the tricky part. Getting these guys to level 5 is 32 BCX, and that's a lot. But yes, we shall hopefully get there at some point soon. All right, let's see what's Virus saying here. So the only market for the Soulbound rewards once they unlock will be for land and new accounts. There might not be much DEC burn for non-land uses. Yeah. What? Sorry, looks like my glass is leaking. Well, keep in mind, 1.5 isn't even going to have these available. So, all that hoopla about it and the pricing and back and forth on that, vote, it doesn't even matter because it's not going to be out with 1.5. Now, Farbertride is saying 1.6 is going to be out shortly after 1.5, but this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, and again, Papa Bear, right? So that's where we're going with this. It's like, okay, they're going to have to do QA testing for 1.6 or whatever they end up calling it. If the QA, like if the Mav server is going to take a couple weeks and then the QA is going to take a couple more weeks, like 1.6, even if 1.5 comes out this year, I don't think 1.6 will come out until 2024. And then to your point, Virus, there might not be much DEC burn for non-land uses. I don't know when they're going to unlock the cards. I wonder if Matt would be open to unlocking them before they go out of print. I don't know that I would even agree with that necessarily. I feel like they should maybe be locked until they go out of print. But here's the thing. Somebody asked him about it on the recent Town Square, which again, we can't hold anybody to, the timelines because Matt's just kind of spitballing there. Although I will say that his timeline makes sense primarily because they don't have the resources to come up with like another set of Rebellion reward cards right now. So my guess is that we see these in print until, I think he even said like the middle of next year, which would be like a year and a half at that point. I would like to see it done by the end of Q1, which would give Matt, creative team, essentially like end of this year in Q1 to like work on stats. Or maybe they just overhaul ranked rewards completely, and then I don't know. There's just so many cards. Like it's like you have to buy cards to play, and then you earn more cards that you can play with. So like the card inflation is, especially if there's a growing player base, like the card inflation is just exponential. Like this is what I mean. Like land is never going to solve the card problem unless they go like super heavy on land, like the unlimited staking or the some kind of burn mechanism. And I would love to see that built into the game rather than done as like an event every, twice a year or something like that. Speaking of which, I'm curious to see where the proposals are. All right. So it doesn't look like either of these are passing. Which I don't even care about anymore. I mean, I liked what Imno was trying to do. It sounds like Matt's going to back him up in the future anyway and try to do another proposal for that later on this year. So ultimately, that might not matter. And then Bulldogs, I mean, I appreciate what Bulldog was trying to do. I think Kazrak even funded the proposal. But as like for me, I just want to get out of Binance US dollars. So as long as we do that, and it sounds like the team put that into their pre-proposal for payment, then I'm good. They need 250K, and I think we have less than like 100K. If they don't take the BUSD, that'll be really concerning for me. All right, so Virus is saying, I mentioned this on BB Omega stream, but if the community views... Oh, what happened to my screen here? Hold up. All right, sorry. I mentioned this on BB Omega stream, but if the community views the Soulbound only accounts as a problem, I could see them start to put RP reductions similar to Ghost cards for non-unlocked Soulbound cards. Oh. That's an interesting thought, Virus. Because they're not quite Ghost cards. They're not quite Ghost cards because in order to earn them, you need to own assets in the game and play with those assets. right? So it's different from ghost cards, but then if you give them the same treatment on the back end, I mean, ghost cards would get 0. You're saying that a reduced RP. I mean, that gets really complicated. Not that it's impossible. Yeah. Oh, DJ, was it you that funded it? I'm sorry. I was thinking Kazrak funded, I think, Claiborne's. So I think he funded something, but it was you that funded Knights of Pretoria. It's all good. It's not going to pass. You proposed it before you all changes. Well, thanks for being a good sport about it. I voted for it, so you can see that I voted for it. I'll even do you one better and power it up for you guys. All right, there you go. Not that that's going to move the needle, but maybe they skip 1.5 and just drop 1.6. That could be an option. That'd be a very pleasant surprise. But keep in mind, if they skip 1.5 and drop 1.6, it's still technically 1.5 according to the white paper. Anand, what's going on? Good morning. Tilly Tots, maybe the DAO will have to pay for the next set of reward cards. You know, this is something that I've wanted to make a video on for a while. I just haven't really sat down and think about it. I wonder if the DAO over time will start to take on more expenses for the game. Like primarily like the servers running. Because if you think about it, like the DAO doesn't survive without the game running, right? Right now the team is covering those expenses and then sharing the revenue with the DAO rather than just taking all of it. So I think the other shoe that's going to drop at some point, and I don't know how people are going to react to this, although it logically makes sense. This deal for the DAO right now is such a sweetheart deal, right? It's such a good deal for the DAO. It's $250,000 to commission Splinterlands, the company, to make a game, or sorry, to make a card set of which they get to split 50-50 profits on, which ultimately means that we only need to sell I don't know, like a couple 100,000 packs, and then the DAO's in profit, right? So if we do sell that 2 million packs at $4 a pop, DAO pulls in 4 million for that. I mean, that's anybody would love to have that kind of trade, right? Where can I invest 250,000 and get 4 million back over the course of a year? Oh, not only that, on top of it, I don't have to pay anything to run the infrastructure. So at some point in time, we will see not just a sharing of the profit from the Steam Monsters company to the DAO, but probably a sharing of the expense burden. And I don't know what that looks like, but my guess is Matt is hoping something like this will be able to fund the DAO for the long term, so that something like that will be able to be proposed, right? If the DAO is sitting on $4 million and they can pass off $1 million worth of expenses per year, I think we'd have to vote for it. I mean, I think it makes the most sense to vote for it, right? Especially if you're hoping for the longevity of the team. And then at that point, Splinterlands really does become a contractor, because the DAO is taking ownership of not just the assets, but also the expenses, and then paying the team to just create cool stuff that it can use for its somewhat owned game. Fundable. We really need that power up. Well, I'm glad to help, guys. Make sure you go power up your votes. Blockchain projects. Hello all, just back from the market. What did I miss? Oh, nothing. We're just doing some land FUD today. That's all. Just some fun land FUD. Pastas, I find it a bit sus. We haven't heard from Aggie. Is there more here that we aren't being told? Yeah, look, I've talked about this a bunch of times, and I'm not trying to spread any conspiracy theories. I just don't like the fact that he's been super quiet. But I did talk to someone who I will not name yesterday, who's not part of the team, who said that they reached out to both Aggie and Matt afterwards, and again, I think it was just conversation through text, and it said they said Aggie seemed okay. and that if Aggie's being quiet now, it's actually, to quote them, they said, if Aggie's being quiet now, it's because he's got his head down working. Aggie only talks when he has something to hype up in FOMO, usually something that he owns. So if he's quiet now, then he's hyping up something so he's building something that he'll own so that he can hype it up later. So a little bit of a balanced approach there to where Aggie is coming from. And I was like, okay, well, I can only take your word for it. But I just, like I said, I just hope Aggie's doing okay. It's not every day that you get the company that you build rugged out from under you. All right, so Mystic Forest, I think it'd be good to have a few super rare cards or cards in the new set. It would make it more fun to open packs. Ooh, maybe we get what if we get mythic cards in Rebellion? What if mythic cards are cards that only can be used on mythic land, like keeps and castles? Actually, that would like reduce a lot of utility for them. Blockchain Project says, Powers, I hope Aggie is taking a break, but yes, the longer he is MIA, the more nervous people will get. Games on the Block says, I think this money going to the DAO is part of the bigger vision, but it is also, so if the company goes belly up, there's still money in a different entity. Yeah, it's just like if the company goes belly up, like I'm this is no like shade being thrown on Ali, right? The guy who like runs the DAO Foundation, but like if the game goes belly up, like what's to stop him from just like taking the money and running? I mean, he's the only one who has the keys, right? So like we as a community don't have actual access to those funds, nor is the person who is holding access, who has access to those funds, an elected member of like the DAO or the community or whatever you want to call it. I'm not trying to say anything about him because it could be a nameless, faceless person for all we know, right? My point is that there's no checks and balances here. The game goes belly up and it's just like, oh, peace. That's scary to me because I'm pretty sure we've all seen that happen multiple times across crypto. So Virus is asking, how is the DAO going to pay for things if it has massive holdings of DEC? Once it goes through stablecoin holdings, it will need to put DEC on the market to pay for other things. That's a good question. That is a very good question. This is why Matt doesn't want the DAO holding Splinterlands related assets, at least not right now, because he thinks that we're going to need to pay for things in the future. Yet the way that he designed the tokenomics was first to, input SPS into the DAO and then now to put DEC into the DAO. Although I will say this, his initial proposal for Rift Watchers, it wasn't an actual proposal, but he was saying that he wanted us to burn the DEC. So if you think about it, if you apply that same principle to Rebellion, I mean, the DAO could be getting nothing, essentially. Because I'm even saying that I want to see all that DEC burn. So the DAO is getting nothing. Whoa, think about it this way. If we elect in the future to burn that DEC, then the DAO is out 250K. And if we don't elect to burn it, then it ends up getting dumped back on the marketplace, which then in turn requires the team to find other sinks for it. Because land has a finite number of sinks. I mean, sure, people can use time crystals and all that, but it does make you think. or at least it's making me think twice about how the tokenomics model is structured. Dice 12 says, I'm sure Aggie's probably take a hit, but hopefully he can whip GLS into shape. Yeah, I hope so too. So excited for Mythic Potions. Blockchain project asking, what PP multiplier will Rebellion have? You know, I'm surprised this question hasn't been asked yet, but I guess there's more pressing things. Because there's been two consecutive weeks with Matt, and nobody asked that. But I think it's because we know land isn't anywhere close. Land 2024, baby. Let's go. I hope that either Chaos gets changed to a 1.5 or Rebellion has a negative multiplier. Like, I wouldn't mind if they do sets that are currently in print have a negative multiplier on them, right? Like a 0.75 or something. Again, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because like if you're going to do land, there's no way that Rebellion will have a higher production than Chaos. And knowing all we know now with the amount of people that are planning to buy, which is going to be significantly less than Chaos, and the amount of Chaos that's been dumped on the market, there's no chance in which it's cheaper to buy a Rebellion card for land. I just don't think people will do it. So. All right, Power says, maybe I've watched too many of your conspiracy videos, but did the rift between Aggie and Matt stem from the dismissals of Double Coconut? They were friends of Matt, right? I have no idea, and I'll tell you this, Powis. It's not no disrespect to you. I don't know that conspiracy doesn't that conspiracy doesn't tickle me. I don't know why. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. Sorry, I don't want to say it doesn't make sense. It's just I don't know what's going on with Double Coconut, or with why we couldn't implement it with them being at the helm. My guess, because the world runs on this, is money. The tower defense pack sales were probably unacceptable from the Double Coconut side. The game took way longer to actually produce, and I don't know if that was a power play between Double Coconut and Splinterlands, or if it was just incompetence on the Double Coconut side. But if there was any moment in which they demanded more money, meaning Double Coconut, I can see it essentially being like, yeah, we'll just buy you out because we don't want to deal with that. That's as far as I'll go down. I don't know that Aggie and Matt would have like that wouldn't have been the main rift. I think that there's been plenty of other things that they've rifted about. So the team can use their DEC from the 50-50 for credit sales and market transactions. The DAO needs some systematic way to convert its holdings at some point. I agree. So I've said this before, and I think it's a decent solution. The only problem is that the only problem is that there's just not enough volume. But the amount of credits that the team takes in, whatever they pay out on the back end isn't being sold, right? It's being given out at market value. So I think that that's an option. It's just, if we're going to have $4 million in there, when do you expect over the next year that we would have $4 million worth of credits coming into the space? I don't know. I mean, it could cover some of it, but I wonder if there's because right now it's the team is the only one that has a way in which it can burn DEC. Sorry, not burn, but get DEC back out into the market without affecting the price. Oh, I I don't know. I'd love to see like a third party game come in and find a way to like utilize DEC as well. Like, you know, it'd be interesting. So I'm really thinking this through because I think imagine tower defense rewards paid out not in SPS but in DEC. And I know I'm thinking about this on the spot here, so there's probably gonna be a lot of holes that you guys can poke, so feel free to do so. But the reason I'm thinking about it in that way is because it's a third-party game, essentially. I mean, well, it won't be third-party with the team bringing it in, but you find a way to get that DEC back out in circulation without dumping it on the market. In fact, I mean, if we're going down that line of thinking, it's almost as if like the entire game of Splinterlands should not be giving out SPS as rewards, but DEC. But then we have to reconfigure what the relationship between SPS and DEC is. SPS has an actual utility. It requires you to buy. You're required to have it in order to be able to play and earn from the game. I've always found it weird that, like, I don't know, DEC's purpose was essentially just nerfed and then given to SPS. Virus, this is a good point. Leaderboard rewards shouldn't come from they're just minted right now. This should be coming from the DAO. I think I even made a video for it a couple of months ago. So, as soon as the Riftwatcher sale started, the DAO should be financing that. Now, again, what that does is it reduces the actual minting of DEC. Man, we should put this as a proposal. Actually, you know what? I want to, like, I've never put a proposal in, but I would want to put this in, because keep in mind that the DAO essentially is minting 180 million DEC per year. Sorry, not the DAO, but the game Leaderboards is minting 180 million DEC per year. Right? Roughly 15 million per month, roughly 7.5 per season. So yes, you would be taking some DEC out of the DAO, putting it back into circulation, but at least you wouldn't be minting any more. It would just be coming from a different source, and it wouldn't be adding to the inflation. It would just be recirculating it back into the system, which is essentially what the team is doing with the credits transactions, right? So, because like right now, we consider the DEC held in the team wallets as like locked up, even though it isn't really locked up. But I agree with that. That would give us a good use case for it. And I would say if there was another game that was brought in, I'm really thinking this through. I think that if the DAO is supposed to be funding things, if the DAO is supposed to be funding rewards in the game, it can do it with DEC or it can do it with SPS. Sorry, I'm just kind of like brainstorming on the spot here. Let me see where else the chat is going. I think the DAO could slowly burn the DEC. I mean, I don't I would like if they didn't do it slowly. I would like, but here's the problem then, right? Like, so we're paying the team. Maybe this model isn't good for us. Like, we're paying the team, so the expense is on the DAO. The DAO is pulling in revenue, but the smartest thing to do for the economy is to actually burn that revenue. Like, here's the goal, right? We want to have, in the long run, a $10, $20, $30, $50 SPS, right? The idea is to drive so much value to SPS. So part of me is like, why are we putting DEC in the DAO anyway? Everything should be sold for DEC. That's fine. But then that DEC should just be burned if it's supposed to go to the DAO. Like, we're trying to get rid of that DEC so that people need to burn more SPS. If SPL wants to earn money from Rebellion, they should focus on cash, BTC, ETH, and not DEC sales. Yeah. Where does the DEC for leaderboards come? Okay, hold on, you asked that question already. Virus says, I would rather it is changed to chess, but at the very least, it should be coming from the DAO. Yeah, I agree. That might be something worth considering. And you know what we could do? So the thing is, I made a video for this already, right? It was like months ago. But they don't even have to change the mechanism, right? We would just need to pass a proposal that says, hey, we want the DEC to be coming from the DAO. If it's still being minted through whatever minting process they have, they don't need to go in and change the code. It's just, hey, we printed another 15 or 7.5 million, whatever it is, this season. Okay, now, consequently, we go into the DAO, we burn the equivalent amount that we just minted, right? So somebody just needs to log into the DAO account, sps.dao, and then send that same exact amount to the null wallet. That's a manual process. Maybe it could be automated. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be a lot of work. Dinosaur says maybe somehow Tower Defense reward DECB, and then the team would be burning DEC to pay out as DECB. I really hope we don't ever have to talk about DECB again. No offense, Dicewell. I just it was an interesting experiment. I was for it. It did not accomplish what it intended to do, and it just confused a lot of people. All right, let's get back. There's just too many things here. I've really been thinking about how I would design a game, and mainly because I want to see if I was going to design a game, I think I would do it on Lightning Network. But it'd be cool to find a way to tie it in to the Splinterlands game economy in some way. Yeah, the problem. This is a weird deal for the DAO. How does the DAO trade that revenue? Because the only partner that's available is the team. I'm struggling with this. Now, keep in mind the DAO is supposed to get a ton of SPS over its lifetime. But if we don't have an appropriate way of funding the DAO that doesn't hurt the economy, how will it continue to grow assets in 10 years rather than 5? Aaron Kennedy, what's going on? Yeah, Land 2034, man. Yeah, I don't even know at this point, dude. At this point, I'm just along for the ride. I have no idea what's going to happen. We're all just waiting for the bull run to kick back in so dumb money can come in, and then we all dump on dumb money, right? Isn't that what the game plan is? I've said that I'm going to dump on the whales. I'm going to dump on everybody selling or buying Rebellion packs. All right, so TikTok Land 1.5 in October, as mentioned by Matt. Yeah, again, I really wish he hadn't put that out there. At this point, Land should just be, we don't know when it's coming. We're focused on Rebellion, and here are the dates. Sorry, Siri, leave me alone. Here are the dates for Rebellion, right? Forget about Land. Don't think about it, guys. We're just going to put out Rebellion. And hopefully Rebellion will do enough to stimulate the economy. No more dates. Even Siri doesn't want dates. I don't know. Siri keeps listening in. where I'm gonna have a real issue with like this AI stuff because she keeps trying to talk to me and I'm just like, no. So when she gets a body, a physical body, she's gonna come kick my ass. I know it. Ex Machina style. It's sad to see the estimated value for Rift Watchers go down. Somebody's dumping, right? How could we design something to make use of all that DEC? Got to think that through. I don't know. I'm still struggling with that. All right. I'm going to see if you guys are good luck. I'm going to go in for another game here. See if I can continue the streak. I have a feeling I won't be able to, but we'll see. I'm having fun in gold. All good things come to an end, right? Ooh. Oh, I'm glad I'm not fighting Kitty. Kitty and Yoden. All right. I feel a little bit better now that we got Little League. I have no idea what I'm going to play. I need to level that guy up. You know what? I'm gonna go with this. We'll see if we can take him on. Should we just go straight sneak attacks? Like, yeah, maybe we'll try to take out that back line. Okay, so do your part. You get to the back. You do your part there. And interesting. Oh, Queen Star. I'm finally facing somebody up in the mix. Oh. Actually, I think I have a chance. That backline is in trouble. And I think I'm significantly faster. Oh, clutch. Boop. Goodbye. And one more. Boop. Goodbye. Now we even faster. Boop. Goodbye. Now we hit him with the cripple. Oh, and the poison? That's what I'm talking about. Clutch. God, I love gold. Why did I ever think that I ever wanted to be a diamond or champion player? This is where I belong. With 2 promo cards, too. And a gold card. Sitting at 9.2 SPS and beating somebody who has a higher rating than me. Bam. All right, that made me feel really good. Win streak 50, focus 20, gold 10, alpha promo 20. Let's go. And then I think I passed her in the race. Oh, not now. Let's stay. Number 10, baby. Let's go. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I'm afraid to play more games now because I just don't want to lose the win streak. That 50% reward is phenomenal. So where was Queen Star before? It wasn't... Oh, Queen Star was at 3. Did they really drop that much? Hold up. How much rating did they lose? They went from. Oh no, they lost 2 games. All right, they lost to Patton Root. You know what? I lucked out. I lucked out heavy with that rule set. I will admit that, because if I had to go up against Kitty or Yoden, I mean my chances significantly drop. But you throw in Little League into the mix, and all of a sudden I can compete with a man named Dr. Blight. But you know what's interesting? Hold on, can we go back to that battle? Check this out. They played this. Oh, whoops. They played this with an Untamed card. They played this with an Untamed card, hoping that I would have some kind of, like, given the rule set, I don't think that there's any card, like any melee card, that I would have put up front. I mean, sure, actually, granted, I was considering Zenith Monk, but it's interesting that they kind of put a double tank here and then had 0 protection on the back end. Like, my guess, because they had Earth available to them, was that they were going to do a Queen Mycelia type of thing. And I thought about going the Obsidian route with Queen Mycelia and Dr. Blight trying to lead the charge, which I think still would have won, because I would have been able to magic spam my way past Crystal Jaguar super easily, whereas Pelacor Conjurer is just so much better. Huh. So there's your power creep right there. There's actually, I wouldn't even put that as power creep, but it'll be interesting to see how Rebellion changes that. I haven't thought it through, and it's a bit of an infinite loop, but what if the DAO buys some of the burn packs to be used as rewards? I mean, once they're burned already? No, I don't think that works. But this is an interesting thought, Virus, where if there is something in the game that's offered where instead of the money going to the DAO, the DEC gets burned, then the DAO can go in and start buying whatever those assets are. Yeah. Okay. 10 hours left on Sonic the Phoenix Brawl. Okay, cool. I will get to that in a little bit, probably after this. GG, Queenstar is a good player. Yeah, I know. Keep running into him. All right, that's a good amount of SPS for gold. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a ton of multipliers, but I will take it for now. So wow, look at that. A new Gold League bully is born. GFI Gaming, what is going on? Good to see you here. The burning for packs starts from the beginning. That's an interesting thought. It's just what is the DAO? What does the DAO gain from that though? Honestly, I think one of the better suggestions out there is that the DAO uses the DEC that it has to provide liquidity. Yeah, that makes its way back out into circulation as well, but we can add so much depth to like the SPS DEC pool. And here's the thing, people don't like the DAO earning rewards necessarily, but it's not even that. As long as there's a fee, the DAO is going to earn something on that DEC over time. Paid out in like tokens, right? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's already 11 o'clock and I'm hungry already. I want to grab some food. Icy Flows is enough salt. Let Matt work his magic. No, man, we're gonna fling salt all over the place. I haven't flung as much salt as I wanted to. I'm not done yet. No, I really want to see what Matt can accomplish. I think, Dark Side and I were talking about it like 30, 60 days. I'm actually thinking through the end of the year, right? It's almost 3 months. Because my hope, even though this is a Land 2024 hype stream, my hope is that Land 1.5 or in some version, working version, will be out before the end of the year. What that ends up looking like, I don't know. But I do hope that over the next 3 months we can get those two things launched. And then if Soul Keep can end up coming in on top of that, even better. All right. So, yeah, you know what? I'm hungry. I think I want to go eat. Any final thoughts here, guys? Anyone want to play a match or do anything or just hang out? I think I might stream on Twitch later today. I've been having a lot of fun just building with the post Splinterlands TV community out there. So I think I'm going to do my guild brawls later on that. Oh, wait, but when? I'm busy from 4 to 6, and then the Bears game is tonight. We shall see. Maybe I'll just do it privately. Challenge from Luis. All right, let's go. Oh, Luis is good, though. Oh, and you're playing me in Diamond? Oh, no, you're playing me in Gold. All right, cool. Respect. Oh, can we? Yeah, I'm gonna surrender. I refuse to play this rule set if I can avoid it. Feel free to send me another one. I refuse to play. I refuse to play whatever this stupid ass rule set is. Back to basics. I promise if you send another one, I will play it no matter what. All right, thanks. I just didn't want to play back to basics. Oh, what the? Come on, really? Dude, Matt is just trolling me right now. This is the worst thing in the game. This is the worst thing in the game. I will literally quit this game because of this rule set. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate you. All right. Third time's a charm, right? If we get it 3 times in a row, you know somebody's laughing behind a Splinterlands monitor. All right. Okay. This I can do. Okay. No healing. Interesting. I like it. You know what? Let's have some fun, shall we? Yes. Yes, indeed. I almost want to put... this is too much, though. But you know what? We got the power. Oh, perfect. Yes. Just enough for that guy. All right. Good luck. Let me catch up on some of the chat here now. Get rid of all LP rewards and make the DAO the LP. I'm good with that, actually. I am very good with that. I've been really trying to think of ways in which we could reduce the SPS inflation that's coming out. That's being given to investors and not players. All right, the DAO could take packs meant to be burned and combine the cards to max and rent them out for revenue. Yeah, but again, it's buying it from itself. This is a cool idea, but it's buying it out from itself, and then like when it rents it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be facing a gold foil version of this. Just to finish that thought, Luis, and then we'll jump to the battle. Or just to finish that thought, GFI. it's the revenue it would be earning would be in DEC as well. So we still come up with the same problem. You know what I'm saying? I feel that would take away from the valuable player market. They can probably open some to be used by Nifty though. Yeah, I wonder how that Nifty thing is going. It's not valuable now, but if might be if Rebellion is scarce. Okay, all right. Well, we had very similar ideas here. I'm curious why you threw him in the back. Oh, sneak attack. Interesting. All right. Well, that's not going to impact me. I don't think. Oh, of course. Oh my God. Of course you got the double retaliate. Oh my God. Look at how many retaliates you've gotten in. Well played. I don't even want to watch the end of this. All right, so I guess Luis is the new bully of gold. Thanks for humbling me. I appreciate it. Well played. Similar ideas, but oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to press. If I can do a little analysis on the battle. Or is it wild? GG's, man. This was a good move. Dumaki Orc. There's very few. You know what's interesting is there's very few cards I would play over Demon Shark, and it's interesting to see how effective Dumaki Orc was. I was like, wait, what are these games that I keep quitting? Oh no, never mind. That was the dumb stuff happening. All right, yeah, that was kind of funny. Have a great day. Sorry to hear the Bears lost already. Yeah, I know. I'm just a sucker for pain. I'm just gonna watch it and be like the entire time thinking about the number 1 pick. So we'll see how it goes. That last game was awful. I remember I was so tired that day watching it. We were up, I think 21-7 against the Broncos. We looked super good, and then like I fell asleep at halftime, and then boom, wake up and we lose. So you picked up Washington defense. Smart. Very, very smart. Yeah, it's interesting how the Broncos defense made our offense actually look like it could do something. But, ultimately our defense didn't show up because we don't really have a good one. So I'm surprised. I wonder if we're going to, I don't think we're playing the Dolphins, but I wonder how many points the team could put up on us this year. It's been pretty bad. I mean, KC was pretty bad, right? So it was 41. But it is what it is. I was happy though because at least my fantasy teams won last week, so I was feeling pretty good about that. We'll see how it goes. I do have DJ Moore on my fantasy team, so while watching the Bears, there's a little bit of extra there that makes it worthwhile as long as he's catching passes. But I feel like last week is the only week he had a chance to actually do decently well. I don't know how good the Commanders are, but yeah. It is what it is. All right, guys. Well, if that is it, then I think we'll leave it there. Let's see, any major price action movement? I don't think so. Oh, vouchers went down. Everybody sell. All right, good to see that on the 60-day we're back up. All right, so cool. We're burning a lot of DEC. It's just on the 1 day we're a little low. Oh, damn. Bitcoin dropped. Time to trade that thing. All right, guys. Well, I will catch you all very soon. I don't think I've heard any news or anything like that. Let me see. Let me see if I can give you some alpha. I wonder if this will get me in trouble. Whatever. I'm just going to tell you guys. If it gets me in trouble, then sorry. But all I'll say is that the team is doing a lot of internal testing for Rebellion right now. I don't know. There was some invitation sent out to do tournaments and stuff with the new cards, which I'm not a part of. I just saw the messages there. So it's coming sooner than you think. I don't know. I saw that. I was like, oh, that's pretty exciting. You're 4-0. You know, I should be 4-0. I lost by 3 points and I started the wrong person 1 week because everybody else on my bench did so much better. CMC is busted. I'm praying for his downfall as I have Ayuk and Kittle in my big money league. Laters. All right, go for Rudy sold for 1 ETH. Hopefully it wasn't another hack. Oof. I mean, 1 ETH is not cheap either. The floor is like what, 0.4, 0.3? Nice. All right, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. If you're not following me on Twitch already and you want to hang out more, I have been streaming over there considerably more. And it's been fun. It's a little bit of a different community, but the username is I'll just type it out. This is After Sound. Trying to do more over there. It's not going to be all Splinterlands stuff, even though I want to hang with the Splinterlands TV crew or the crowd. But you know, we were playing some Parallel last night, for example. I probably want to jump into more DGen Web 2 stuff, like what's that game called? Fortnite and others. But yeah, I'll catch you all. Mondroid right at the end. I know. We're finishing things up here. Honestly, I was planning to stay on for 2 hours, but I gotta be real with you guys. I'm hungry, so I want to go eat. Hang with some folks, and then I will hopefully see some of y'all later. But that's all I got. Have a good one. Peace.